It's funny, it feels for a time that we are going away from that and coming back from that, going away from that, coming back from that, going away from that, coming back from that. Eventually, we never leave that ground of being. We see that we never left it ever before. The attention drew into an aspect of life, but it was always from and as the ground of being at which the attention is drawn into a specific point value. And eventually that's seen. Eventually there is no coming back to, because there is a never leaving of, and there never could be, and there never was actually. It's just that we have these ideas that if the attention is drawn into a specific, that somehow is different than the ground of being. When we recognize that we are the ground of being, even when we are in the midst of turmoil, we're having an argument where, you know, the vitality of life is shining forth. It is the ground of being that is that experience too. There is no separation there. They are not two things. As in, therefore, if it's not two things, you can't come and go from that. So it's really about sort of the repeated recognition and remembrance that I am the ground of being. And for a while, that feels like a return. Certainly feels like a return. That's exactly what it feels like. But eventually, when it is wholly imbibed in your living remembrance, the living recognition of that is what I am, there is no doubt of that. There is no question mark of that. It just is. It's a fact of what is. I am that ground of being. Doesn't matter what shows up then. There is no out of that. There is no I am not that. The light of that ground of being can become more visible even throughout the drawing in of the energy into a certain aspect. And in that, it's not an effort, or it's not a position, or it's not something you do. It's something that is revealed and noticed. There's no assertion there left. For a while there is. I think it's a natural part of the process, the natural way in which life comes to remember its own fundamental nature. But it's not a position to take.